Hello out there, subscribers and friends. This is Surviving 2 coming at you with another video. Well, here I am at my hideaway. Got a tractor back over in that direction that's mowing. Hopefully he'll stop here pretty soon. Now some of those shots, you might have noticed that I had my little tripod in my hand. Well, and I didn't have my walking stick anymore. Here's my walking stick right here. It's got a little screw on the end of it that works for my camera. I just, as you can see, jab it down in the ground for the most part, or find a limb or something to lean it against, and instead of this screwing on here, it would be my camera. But right now I just screw the little compass back on, and as you see, there's north. So I'm going to set the little bug net system up in here. I camp here a lot now that I found this little place, and it's not too bad. So I'm going to pull my stick out of the ground here. I'm going to orient it a little different. First I got to hang my pack up. I got to get my rope hooked up and hang it up. Then I'll kind of give you a little quick overview of the pack, and you see the bug net system here tied. Got it tied onto the top right there on two places, and then down here on this back side I took both of the lines and tied them to one another on each side, and then took a carabiner and hooked on it and hooked on these leads, and that holds it, yeah, fairly secure. It's not perfect, but at least it's up there. And it's not down here banging on my friggin' legs. So, alright, let me get this thing up before I get many more bugs on it. I see already some pill bugs running around on the thing. So, and plus with it there, I've got access to my special stuff up in here. Got gloves, not all kinds of whatnot, and there's a rope I'm going to use to tie this thing up to the tree. Car keys are trying to come out. I leave my car keys up in there. That way they're not on my hip rattling around. Plus I got other stuff in this other pouch that I can just unhook this carabiner, flip this thing up, flip it back up, and I gain access. See, I just unhooked it, flip it up, now I gain access to the whole pack. I've got the whole thing accessible. It's that quick and easy. So anyway, let me get this thing hung up. And another thing I do real quick while showing you the pack, and it's on the ground. See that? That's a Night Eyes number 5 carabiner. That's what I just got it hooked. I can still have access to my hand loop, and it stays here on my pack. So I'm going to disconnect one end of it, swing it out, use it to hook onto the rope once I tie it up onto the tree. So let me get things set up and I'll get back with you. Alright, I got my pack hung up here. Just a little line kind of lashed around the tree a little bit, and carabiner hooked on it, and I got my other pack hanging right there, my bug net. So that way that'll keep it off the ground, and if it does rain or anything like that, I'll go ahead and bring it inside. Well, I'll go ahead and get the bug net set up here real quick. Get right back with you. I was fixing to set the bug net up, just pulled it out of its case, and I wanted to show you, you know me and modifications and everything. There's the modifications. This is a modification I made to the bug net. I've figured out a way of doing the lines, but I'm going to save that for later. I got all my stakes and canopy for the rain fly and everything in here now. So now they don't poke anything. And this is fairly heavy material right here, so they don't poke or rip or tear anything in here. So that way I'm not so worried about it. Otherwise, you know, everything was just out in the open and it could just tear stuff up. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you before I got much further along with this. Well, I got my bug net all set up, and I just like having the little rain fly arch put in there, so that way I can clip it at both ends and pull the bug net up out of my face and a little further up out of reach and all while I'm in there. Didn't get a ground tarp for this thing yet, but that's okay. It's coming. It's dry right now, expecting rain tomorrow, so I hope I'm going to be okay tonight. All right. Before it gets too dark, I'm going to get this going. Like I say, my new screen, I made it a lot better. It'll fit my pan now, and this thing doesn't tip over, tilt, or whatever. So I can cook on my pot now, on that little one. Plus I've also got this big one that's still in the bag here. But I'm gonna fire up the Optimus and get my water to boiling in here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix up my rice and my meat. I got some meat here. Let me get it. All it is some Jack Link's beef jerky, the steak, the beef steak. So that stuff holds pretty good and everything. And let me get this thing fired up. I'll get right back to you. Okay, since last time I didn't have any fire steel with me, this time I do. There we go. Now we'll just let that bloom, and then I'll put the, don't need, as you can see, it's pretty still tonight, which means there's a lot of skeeters out. I've already seen a few. So I'm trying to get dinner made here real quick and get inside. So that way I don't get chewed up out here. We'll get that to going, and then I'll get water on, get it to boiling. It's getting kind of dark around here. Let's see, get my headlight. Find find it. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.